Welcome back, students. In this video, I'm going to practically show you what we have learned in the previous video. So I'm going to talk about interface of RStudio, as well as I'm going to show you how to set up working directory for the session, how to set up a working directory in a global functions, as well as how to get help in RStudio. So here I opened RStudio, and as you have already learned, there are four components of the RStudio. Here we have the first component, which is a source pane. We have a second component, which is a console pane, environment pane, where we have different tabs. We have environment tab, history tab, connection tab. And the final pane is a files pane, where we have files, plots, packages, help, as well as viewer tab. Here you can see that I have different codes, scripts opened. And if you want to create a new script, you have to go to File, New File, R script, and here you can start typing your script, for example, setting up the working directory. This is the command, the function that is used for it. If you forgot for what each of this pane is used for, I recommend you to go back one video and to watch again basically the description of those panes. Now let me show you different options to set up your working directory for a session. For this, you have to go click somewhere here on the basically on the source pane, and go to the main menu, session. Then you have to select set working directory and choose directory, and then you will be prompted to basically to choose where to set up your directory. This is basically one option when you can do it with this menu here, but you can also use either write a small script or use your console to write the command for setting up your working directory. For example, here I set up a working directory in the disk on the disk F, teach and Udemy, and basically I just press enter key, and in order to see whether I have succeeded or not, you can use another function which is called get get working directory, and you can choose. If you press enter, you can see what is your working directory. So this is another way how to do it. Basically, when you are going to set up your working directory using command lines, I would like to emphasize that you should take care on the forward or back slashes, because usually in Windows the back lashes are used, and here you have to use forward ones. All right, now let's talk about how to set up your working directory for R. For this, we have to use a slightly different tools. We have to go to Tools, Global Options, and here you would be prompted to select your default working directory. Um, you can either browse or you can use default one, which is used by R and RStudio during installation process. All right, so that was a demonstration of what we have talked about in a previous video. Another thing which I want to show you is basically how to get help. There are different options for this. The one comment which is very, very basically important is a general how to get general help. It's help.start. When you execute it, you can directly see in your help function there is new window opened, and you can see different manuals available on R. There are reference on the different packages. There is miscellaneous material, and also, well, in my case, I have material specifics to the Windows port because I have Windows computer. For your computer operation system, you will have it either for Mac or for Linux or Ubuntu, depends, yeah? You can also get a help for a specific function. For example, you want to get help for function set working directory. So you see, when I'm starting to even type in it, RStudio already give me some suggestions what to write, and what is more, it's also give you a description here, provide a description here what this function does. So I want to know more, for example, about this function. I select it, and then I press enter to execute this command line. And again, in the help, I just directly get a documentation for this function. We see that there is two usage available: get working directory or set working directory, the arguments for the functions, and other help. Yeah, so this is important for you to know how to use it, because help is very important. Yeah, you can also try those examples from the video to experiment about help a little bit, to use other commands, functions in help. And also something that you have to remember, that you have to select a function that is valid. So for example, set W2 is a good example. Running, now let's talk a little bit about executing your code. So here I have an example of a code. This is a very basically simple code for a prediction model. We are going to talk about it a little bit later in the course. So, but based on this piece of code, I would like to show you how basically to execute your script and code. So let me first clean my console. For this, you have to click here, yeah, clear console, or there is Control L, so shortcut. So there are different options how you can execute your code. First of all, you can highlight one line and click here, Run, yeah, in console, the result of your execution of your code. This is one thing. Another thing, you can also highlight the whole code when I want to execute the whole code, and I also can run it. And well, this is the result of all the analysis directly, which you can see in the console, because something was printed um, directly in the console. And there is also a plot which was created here. You see those piece of code is about plot function, and the plot appeared in our files pane function. Yeah. So those are two things that how you can execute your code. And the third option, typing in code directly in the console, I have shown you when we were talking about how get help on specific functions and how to set up your working directory.